All right, Max. So can you just talk about your night? 235 yards, a touchdown. Just what were your thoughts on your night tonight?
Yeah, we game planned it all week. We knew they were playing a lot of quarters, had low safeties, so we worked on it all week. Rep after rep, and we kept connecting. And we knew coming into this game that this is kind of how it was going to go, and we executed pretty well.
Just obviously coming after the Michigan game, to have an explosive offensive game like this for you and for the team, just what's that do for your guys' confidence?
I think it's great. The way we responded, our motto all week was big response, and I think that's what we did as a whole offense. There's some things we have to, do better in, but I think overall we had a good game today. I think, like I said, we repped that multiple times knowing it was the first play of the game, and we didn't know it was going to end up that wide open, but, it did, and we didn't panic, and he threw a great ball, and, it's just knowing all week that no matter what, this is the first play and this is how it's going to go, like, we were prepared, so it wasn't a surprise.
How excited were you to know that there was a strong likelihood you're going to have a ball thrown your way to kick things off, home opener?
Yeah, I think it's great knowing coaches and players have confidence in me running that deep ball, getting open, and then also me just having a lot of confidence in my quarterback and the coaches being able to call that play at that time.
Mac, how would you describe your relationship with Mikey now, going into obviously a second full season with him?
I think we've gotten much closer, hanging out outside of football, and I think, just kind of creating it a brotherhood, more than like a job. Football's work, but I think if you can create it more of a family and friendship, there's a lot bigger bonds you can create. So I think this offseason is just definitely just changed between me and Mikey and the whole offense. So I think that's had a huge impact on tonight.
The offense changed, the whole team changed, obviously, with now Tim Skipper being the coach instead of Tedford. To get that first win for him tonight, was that something that you guys really wanted to have? I mean, you wanted it to happen at Michigan, but to really have happen at Valley Children's?
Yeah, I think, just having a head coach like that's been through it, played here, grinded just like us, and worked his way up to the top, I think it's a really good feeling that we can get him that win, and it means a lot to us, and I know it means a lot to him.
How's it going, Matt? A great performance tonight. What's it like knowing that you are number one in the stat sheet in terms of targets and receptions, stuff like that? In terms of the offense, talking about explosiveness, you were that explosive player tonight. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good, but I'm just doing my job. I was put there in the position this week, to go win on the deep ball, and we did that. I did that, and I think that was my job this week. So I went and did it, and just having a game like that is also great, but getting the win's a much better feeling.
Do you think that's your strongest suit as a player, is being that deep ball threat?
Yes, I definitely think that's one of my biggest keys to the way I play.
Mac, just curious, after last week, such a tight game, how did it feel to just kind of spread things out and let it loose on offense tonight?
I think it was great, and I think Coach McCann said it the best. Like, we need a big response, so we're throwing it, and we're throwing it deep, and that's how we're going to respond, and that's how we responded. So I think having that confidence all week, learning on Sunday and then just stepping on the field on Tuesday and working all week at this, knowing this is how the game's going to go, and then going and executing it, it's just – I think it's a great response, and the offense did well.
Mac, I remember following your career at San Joaquin Memorial and how decorated that was. But over the years, would you see that you've grown even more as a receiver, especially learning from guys like in the past Eric Brooks and also Jalen Gill last year?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always learning, and I'm always getting better in that way. Being an old guy now, 5 years, I've learned a lot, and I think that's totally helped my game and the way I play and helped others around me as well.
Mac, in your career, do you recall any sort of game like this statistically, even high school level, anything like this with this yardage and stats?
I think in high school I had 2 games over 200 yards, but not, what was it, 235? I don't think I had that. Yes, whatever it was, but no, I don't.
Great. crazy to do at this level. There were moments though this offense had some spurts where it was struggling a little bit. Do you feel like there's still so much more potential with what this offense? You put up 46 points, but do you feel like there's still so much more to go with this offense?
100%. I think we're always on the rise, as Coach Skip says, and I think we're gonna go in tomorrow, watch film, and realize how much we left on the field. So I think to answer that, yes, I think there's a lot more that we can do in this offense and make it more explosive.
Would you mind talking about just the versatility of this offense? Obviously, you had a great game today. Jalen was explosive again today, but Malik had 2 more touchdowns, and there just seems to be a lot of weapons. Could you just speak on that, just the brotherhood in that locker room right now?
Yeah, we know what we have on this offense, and we have depth, we have weapons in every position, so that's why I think, Coach McCann has a lot of fun with that and, puts people in different positions at certain times, and we know our own strengths that can help this offense. So it's great. We talk about it. We learn through each other. So I think it's definitely fun playing around all these explosive athletes.
Last week, the team scored 10 points against a very good defense. Was there any concern there, or was that level expectations given the matchup going into this week?
No, I don't think we take any opponent lightly or, practice harder. It's all the same every week. So, we were disappointed. We left a lot of things on the field against Michigan, and then, this week it turned out the way it turned out just because of the work we put in. Doesn't matter who the opponent was.
What does a performance like this do for your confidence level going into the rest of the season?
It definitely helps my confidence. I guess I'm not the type to ever need a confidence booster, but it's great, knowing I had a game like this to help the team win and just moving forward with it, just keep going and see if we could do it again.
And was there anything that you learned last week that you were able to implement into the game today?
I wouldn't say so. I would say my preparation, I did a really good job in my preparation, and so did our offense. So I think holding myself to that standard every single week, no matter who we play, and I think that helped a lot this week.